I feel like I haven't even gotten in the groove of this semester. I'm just like fighting for my life right now. Then I have to like actually have a meeting with them and sign all the documents that says that I'm a degree candidate. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Jay and I post college and motherhood related videos. So I'm really excited to share this video with you. I want to say about a week ago somebody asked me to share kind of how I divide up my time for each of my classes and managing life, motherhood, and college and all of that. So I'm going to attempt to share with you kind of how I go about doing that. I had to think about it for a little bit because at this point it's just kind of second nature, you know, my routine. I didn't even think that I really had a routine, so I really had to think about it and kind of classify what specifically that I do to manage it all. So it is Saturday and I just sat down. Ava is napping, so I'm gonna show you guys, and then I also need to start studying, and my mom is also on her way over this weekend to visit. It's her birthday coming up in a few days, so we're gonna celebrate, and I haven't seen her in a while, so that'll be super nice. So you guys have probably seen my bullet journal planner that I use, and then in some of my videos I share with you how I do like a sticky note. As far as this is all that I'm gonna do each day, and then on the planner itself is like what is due each day, so that just kind of helps me stay organized in what I'm gonna do each day and then breaking it up from what's due. And the other reason why it's kind of difficult to explain or just kind of figure out exactly how I do things is because I schedule in flexibility in what I'm getting done and whatnot, just because I'm a big believer of, you know, listening to your body and understanding when you need a break, or, you know, if there's a big project coming up but then one day I'm just like so exhausted and I can't, you know, put in the effort, I can't use my brain that day to get it done, then I know I have some flexibility in my schedule to move it to a different day. So I'm going to start planning for next week, which is September 21st through the 27th. So this semester I'm actually writing in when I am supposed to be on campus and when it's like a Zoom or whatnot, just because it's all over the map and I just don't want to forget that I'm supposed to be somewhere. So I write those in, and so obviously scheduled times are not flexible, but and then also here I've written in that this quiz opens on Monday, so it's actually not due for another 2 weeks, but I put that in there anyway. And then this chemistry lecture is a pre-recorded lecture, so I don't necessarily have to get it done on Monday, but I like to stay on track. That way I don't fall behind and end up needing to watch like a bunch of lectures all at once. So as you can see on Monday, there's nothing that's really due as far as assignments besides this final resume and reading, so I'll have that done before Monday. So my plan for Monday is just to listen to the lectures. As far as Tuesday goes, this pre-lab quiz for organic chemistry only is open on Tuesday to Wednesday morning, so I have to do it on Tuesday. And Tuesdays are actually like my big days to get things done, so I do pack a lot of things in on Tuesday. Generally, I start working on the chemistry homework because those take a long time, and so I usually do those on Tuesdays. Usually I have a Zoom meeting for my marketing communications class, but I actually have an exam on Tuesday for that class. As far as Wednesday goes, I just have a lab, and that's an online lab, so I don't really have to do it on Wednesday. It's actually due the following Wednesday. And then I have my chemistry lecture and then an in-person class actually for my analytics class. I have a discussion due this day for my marketing research class. And then for the most part, I really actually don't have a whole lot of assignments. It's just kind of showing up to class and, studying. So for now, I'm just going to go through, oh, I did that wrong. I'm just going to go through Thursday. I'll probably add some things to do on Thursday. And Monday through Wednesday are pretty packed days, and I'm not sure how much flexibility there will be, especially with like this exam. I could push this chemistry homework if I needed to. And then this is the lab from last week that'll probably be done at the last minute, unfortunately, but that's just how it's working out for me. But sometimes it's okay to do that because at the last minute you're kind of forced to do things. So I'm not really a fan of procrastinating, but sometimes it's kind of necessary given my busy schedule. So yeah, Monday I'm just gonna also be studying for my exam. Hopefully I'll be able to get some done this weekend as well. And then the other thing I haven't put on here is I'm pretty sure I have some survey for my marketing research class. That's a group project, so I need to figure out what that entails. And then I'm also scheduling in some study time for my supply chain analytics class. That class is a lot of learning on my own, unfortunately, so trying to get all the assignments done and where I'm going to be in class, and then also trying to just learn the material on my own has been a bit of a struggle, but I'm working on it. So yeah, it's really not that crazy of a week, but there is lots of things that I need to do anyway. So I also wanted to mention when I'm getting these things done. So basically I have when she's napping, when Ava's napping, and then at night to do like the studying and the assignments. And so that's usually, she'll nap for like, I don't know, an hour and a half to 3 hours during the day, and then after she goes to bed I try to be done around 10. Sometimes that doesn't work, but usually I try to just be really productive and get things done and be able to go to bed by 10. My husband and I have a big schedule for like other times that we need to study, and we kind of loosely follow it. So usually on Tuesdays, like I mentioned, are a big day for me to get stuff done. So I have class at 8 on Tuesdays on WebEx, and then I basically am in our room studying or getting stuff done from 8 until 11 or 12. And so that's a big day. I also don't usually schedule time for YouTube just because it's not that much of a priority. I still am getting things done and making videos and whatnot, but that's just kind of in the time that I have left over. Fortunately, I've been super productive and always seem to have a little bit of time to do YouTube stuff, so that's super awesome. The other thing that I do is on Sundays, generally I meal prep dinners for the rest of the week. I couldn't last week because last weekend was insane. I was writing like 3 papers that weekend, so I wasn't able to do that, which really sucked for this week because in the middle of the week, I don't want to try to figure out what's for dinner. I mean, I have a plan of what's for dinner, but I don't actually want to cook it. I just want to basically just warm it up. So that's why I really like meal prepping on Sundays. So usually I do that. And then cleaning, I clean while Ava's awake. Usually she'll help me, or I just kind of take advantage of any time that she's really just like occupied on her own and whatnot. One of the big things that I think is really important is just understanding how productive you can be when you're really focused and really invested in what you're doing. You know, I just amaze myself all the time with how much I'm able to get done. It's like I have a lot to do, and sometimes I'll be writing in my planner and I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna get this all done, and then randomly I just get it done and I have like the whole night to myself, which is really amazing. I don't know how I am able to do that. Something just clicks and then I go, or maybe it's because, you know, because I'm a mom, I'm like, I don't have any other time to do stuff unless I'm doing it right now, so I better be productive. So yeah, that's basically all that I do. Hopefully that answered your question, or if anybody else was wondering that too, or you're trying to figure out how you divide up your time between your classes. Really, I just go, like I just prioritize what things or when things are due, and a big thing for me, like I said, is the flexibility. Hey guys, so the last time you saw me it was Saturday and now it is Wednesday night. So I just thought I would catch you up on what I was talking about previously as far as how I manage my time and how I kind of get everything done throughout the week. So you saw that I wrote everything on my sticky note for my planner, and it's pretty much stayed the course this week. You know, Monday I didn't have a whole lot, just lectures, and then I was studying for my exam on Tuesday. So I had that on Tuesday. It went okay. I think the whole class pretty much struggled with it. I got a low A, and I mean, it's fine. I have a pretty high standard for myself, so I would have liked a higher A, but you know, it's fine. And yeah, I finished a lab from last week and chemistry homework that's not due till Friday, stuff like that. And so then you also saw that I left the end of the week blank and kind of to be determined as far as what I'm doing those days. And that's because I anticipated having lots of group work to do for my 3 group projects, and that is true. I actually had a Zoom meeting last night from 8 to 10. It took a long time, but we got a lot accomplished, so that was really nice. And so now I'm supposed to meet with 2 other groups tomorrow, but I don't know, the communication with people has just been not great. So that's fun. Some big things coming up next week is I do have an exam on Friday for my supply chain analytics class, and there's quite a lot that I need to be doing. And for whatever reason, well, actually I know why, I always feel really behind in that class, because when I plan for the entire week what I'm gonna do, then every day he'll add something. So we have lecture on Monday and Wednesday, so Monday he'll mention, oh, I'm gonna post these 3 YouTube videos you have to watch before Wednesday. And well, I've already made up my schedule and it's not easy to fit things in, if that makes sense. If I were to just not plan ahead and just go by what is due each day, I would not have time to do everything. So by planning way ahead of time, I just have enough time to do everything. So when people are adding more things for me to do when I've already scheduled it, it's a little difficult. So anyway, getting at that, I just made this list of things that I need to accomplish and study before the exam. So these are all of the readings for this kind of module for the exam, and to be honest, I haven't read any of them because I just haven't had time, and sometimes you have to compromise and do what's most important. I also don't really like reading before the lecture. I don't really learn by just reading, so I like to at least listen to the lecture and then use the textbook to kind of supplement what I listened to and what I've learned. But as we're getting closer to the exam, I'm at least going to skim through these. And then these are some questions that he posts for us to do. Those are kind of lower on the totem pole. I'll probably get to them at some point, but if not, it's not the end of the world as long as I know how to do the problems. And these are just some of the things that are covered on the exam. We don't do a review until next week, so I kind of just made my own just to kind of understand really what's going on, because a lot of this stuff is honestly, it kind of goes over my head at first, and I really have to work hard and kind of understand the big picture before I understand like the individual things. So that's stuff for that class. So to just kind of summarize my whole, I guess, strategy or technique as far as how I'm getting things done. When I plan ahead, I write everything down. Most days I have when she's napping and after she goes to bed to study or do whatever. But on Mondays and Wednesdays, that's not true because I have a lecture during her nap time, so I can't study. I'm just attending a lecture. And then on Tuesdays, I generally have time from like 8 to noon to get stuff done. Part of that is a lecture, 8 to 9:15 I have a lecture. That's basically what the time frame I'm working with, which is not a lot if you think about it. So that's probably 3 hours a day, 3 to 4 hours a day. Yeah, I could probably stay up later than I do. However, I don't like doing that just because when you stay up super late and then you don't get enough sleep, then you're super tired, and then the next day sucks, and then the next day sucks, and then it's like this continuous like chain of just feeling like bleh. And so I try to be done studying by 10, and a lot of times, I guess a lot of times that's how it works out, but a lot of times it doesn't. So this weekend, I'm not sure. Alex, my husband, doesn't get his work schedule for Friday like through the weekend and next week until tomorrow, Thursday. So he might have some days off this weekend. I'll possibly have some time on Saturday or whatnot to get things done. So coming up next week, I have a section of my marketing plan due on Tuesday, and that's the biggest thing. That and then the exam are like the big things that I have next week. But since I just started another group project, the first deliverable, I guess, is due tomorrow, or not tomorrow, on Friday in a couple days, which is really easy. But I have to, it's basically just writing my professor a note just explaining that we met and this is kind of our game plan to get the project completed. I need people to communicate in the discussion board because there's one person that hasn't said a word, and I don't know his email. I could look on the school email list, but some people just don't use that email and they'll use a different one. So who knows if I'm actually going to get in contact with this person. I don't even know who it is. Yeah, and tonight I'm just working on a chemistry lecture. I got up early to do that this morning, but she hadn't posted it by 7 this morning. So generally she was posting it like the night before. So I couldn't do it this morning, so now I have to do it tonight. But that's like basically the only thing that I had scheduled tonight, although I could start studying. And then the other thing I guess I have to do this weekend, I have to write a cover letter for my resume, and that's about it. So I'm gonna get working on this lecture. I hope it's not a long one because I'm tired. But the cool thing is, it's crazy that it's only in the end of September and we're almost halfway through the semester already, which is kind of insane to me. Like, I feel like I haven't even gotten in the groove of this semester. I'm just like fighting for my life right now, you guys. No joke, this is not even normal yet. And it's halfway through the semester almost already. That's fun. And then I just looked today and most of my classes are done like the 17th through 19th of November, which is cool because that's like a week before the semester actually ends. Because if you remember from one of my previous videos, this semester for me actually started 2 weeks early because they wanted to shut it down, like shut the university down 2 weeks early in the fall, just in case COVID like came back more prevalent in the winter months, like the flu. So that's that. But I'm not really complaining about that now because I'm gonna have like almost 2 months off between this semester and my last semester of college. That's super exciting. Not my last semester. I'm gonna be going to school until I'm 30. Or longer. Quite possibly longer. Anyway, but I also turned in my pre-graduation worksheet today, well, yesterday and today, and so that's really exciting. They have to approve it and whatnot, and then I have to like actually have a meeting with them and sign all the documents that says that I'm a degree candidate for next semester, and then I get to graduate next semester, which is super cool. Weird thing about that was though that the business school, you're supposed to turn that in a year in advance, where the rest of the college is just 1 semester. So I was figuring that I needed to turn it in this semester, and I showed up and asked the lady. She's like, oh, it was due in May. Well, cool. And then she tried to tell me that, oh, there's signs all over this building. I'm like, well, we had the stuff going on. I hardly was on campus, and I had 1 business class last semester, so I really wasn't in this building. So how am I supposed to know? Anyway, it's fine. They're gonna let me graduate, so that's cool. Alright guys, this video was just a lot of me talking, so I don't know. I hope that was helpful for you. See you guys in another video.